How's it going, bosses? Welcome back to the Truck Boss Show. Get ready for a great show today because we're bringing you a show jam-packed with fun and trucks. Here's what's coming up. Onaway Speedway's Big Rig Challenge, bringing you all the highlights, winners, and beautiful trucks, and most importantly, black smoke. And we're talking all things weather and trucking, and rodeo trucker Tank Adams competes at Mustache Bash. And boy, oh boy, will you want to see what we got our feet into, literally. Are you ready? Let's take a ride. Well, the Truck Boss team is fresh off our trip to Onaway Speedway's Big Rig Challenge, and man, was it a great time. Check out these awesome highlights from the Quebec-style side-by-side semi-truck drag races that offered non-stop heart-racing fun.
How does it feel to be right here watching all the action?
It is awesome. I've never been here before.
This is great. This is perfect there. We're having fun. Everybody's happy.
Definitely an experience worth coming to see.
Michigan, known for its beautiful trees, expansive lakes, and fishing, is the home of the only loaded uphill semi-truck drag races in the United States. The annual Great Lakes Big Rig Challenge brings in thousands of people to Onaway, Michigan to watch the heart-pounding, engine-revving, black smoke blasting fun as truckers compete to win first place. Loaded down with 140,000 pounds of lumber, this style of drag racing originates in Canada, and typically truckers put in hundreds of hours of work and dollars beefing up their rigs in order to survive the rigorous competition. This is the fourth year that Onaway has hosted the Great Lakes Big Rig Challenge. There were 72 truck drivers competing in the races, and 50 trucks were in the Show and Shine truck show. In Class A and Class B, there's no automatic transmission allowed, making it the most enjoyable to watch. Friday was the practice round, letting competitors size each other up and check out their competition. I also got to take a ride of a lifetime, one that I'll never forget. Saturday and Sunday were the official day of the races. Cars lined up for miles to watch starting at 11 a.m. The crowds roared as loud as the engines as the trucks battled their way up the speedway, fighting to see who had the fastest engine and strongest axles to lead them to victory. This year, there was only one female truck driver competing.
Why do you love drag racing so much?
Fun to drive. I love driving.
And around 13 Canadian truck drivers who were here on business that got in on the fun.
Feels awesome. Love it. It's a lot of fun so far.
The night ended with a concert by the one and only Tony Justice as he sang all of his greatest hits. Black smoke, beer, and bonfires paved the way for Sunday's finale. Sunday featured the winners of the races and the show trucks. Listed here are all of the winners. For top place in loaded Class A, Class B, and Class C, the winners are Class C, David Bradshaw, Class B, Zach Newton, Class A, Jan Smith. $50,000 was split between the winners. Each got an awesome trophy and a whole lot of bragging rights for an event that only happens once a year in the United States.
We met so many amazing drivers, and this is definitely going to be an event that we attend every year. It was so much fun, and it's not our last live event either. So be sure to stay tuned to the Truck Boss Show to see all the stuff we have coming up. Carlin, what do you have for us?
One of the biggest causes of freight delays is weather, something we can't control, but we can predict, and often with great accuracy. That's what meteorologists do, but sometimes you need someone who is a bit more tied into the transportation sector, someone who knows how it will impact that freight movement. That's why I sat down with Kaylee Nix with Freight Waves to learn about weather and trucking.
Weather, like the trucking industry, is something that impacts everybody from point A to point B across the country. No matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, the weather has an impact on your daily life. So one of the things that we do at Freight Waves is we try to provide a really well-rounded look across the country of what's going on, what's making headlines. Same thing with high winds, same thing with extensive rainfall, flooding, tornadoes, hurricanes, whatever you name it. People got to know because it's going to impact their traffic. It's as simple as, do I need to wear a jacket? Or it can be as complicated as people saying, I'm facing a snowstorm. I have 17 shipments going from Michigan to Pennsylvania today. Are the roads going to be blocked? Am I going to lose out on thousands, hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars? It can be as difficult as planes who are carrying COVID vaccines or PPE that maybe can't make it to their final destination because there's something in the way that nobody can move because we can't control the weather, we can just report it.
And of course, if you haven't already listened to the Bosscast on weather and trucking, be sure to go check that out. Now, Brittany, what do you have for us?
Earlier this month, we brought you a story about a truck driver that's also a bull rider. Working his way up the charts, Tank Adams is able to build his loads around his rodeo schedule. Well, just like we promised you, we went out to see Tank ride for ourselves at the Mustache Bash in Prague, Oklahoma. And guys, you will want to watch this.
Cowboys, bulls, fun, and mud? This year's Mustache Bash brought everyone out in the mud for some good old bull riding, and Tank Adams, a rodeo bull riding cowboy, competed for Best Mustache and to place in bull riding. The event featured 80-plus bull riders, 100-plus bulls, and over 200 spectators. Juniors competed and so did other professional riders like Tank.
They'll have the bull riding, they'll have a long go and a short go. They'll take your two top scores, best man wins.
Mustache Bash wouldn't be the same without the mud and mustaches. Why is it called Mustache Bash? Because you have to have a mustache to compete, real or fake, including men, women, and children. And you can take a guess who won the best real mustache.
I ended up winning the real mustache this year.
Remember when we told you about Tank suffering the eye injury in a practice session? Well, Tank is all healed. And by the way he rides and drives, you can't even tell he's suffered an injury.
And I'm able to come in when I need to come in for special events or if it was an emergency or something. So it's always a good event to go to and not to miss.
Bucking bulls is no problem for this cowboy trucker, even if it's in the mud. His family is even here to cheer him on. All in all, Tank ended up 6th place out of 55 for this super fun event.
This is Mustache Bash.
You know, Carlin, I love to see the passions of our truck drivers. And, you know, Mustache Bash, that was just for fun for Tank. It didn't count towards his IFR ranking, so don't worry about that. That's all of his friends getting together and having so much fun. And it was so much fun, but it was so muddy.
Yeah, I saw you afterwards and you were like almost knee-high.
Oh
in
my
mud,
gosh.
so.
Yes, it was crazy. I felt stuff in my toes I never felt before. Let's just put it that way.
Needed a very deep shower after that one, huh?
Yes, and a pedicure probably. Like, I need some help.
Well, let's look ahead to next week. So Matt, the little guy, is back on the street. He's had a couple of weeks off, so we're putting him to work and see what he comes up with, and I'm sure he'll surprise us all. And then I sat down with Natso on the future of truck stops. So we know COVID changed a lot for the entire country, but how is it going to impact our truck stops and change those moving forward? That interview was very eye-opening, so you'll want to be sure to check that out.
Yes, Carlin did a really great job with that interview, and I can't wait for everyone to see that because, like he said, it's eye-opening. But right now, it's time to announce our special Onaway Boss Box giveaway. We did a special giveaway at the Big Rig Challenge, and now it's time to announce who the lucky winner is. And guess who it is? Carlin, you tell us.
I will tell. All right, So I hope this is how you pronounce your last name, Tyler. If it is not, I apologize. But Tyler Kanitz or Kanitz, either way,
Woo,
Tyler
Tyler.
Kanitz. We'll have your name there, so hopefully you can read it and we're not butchering it completely.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
But be sure to hit us up on Facebook.
Yes.
Because that is how we give the information
We
to send
get
you
you
the
the-
box, because
yes.
otherwise we're just going to hold on to it.
And we had so many good things in this box.
Oh, yeah.
Like we said earlier, you got all the stuff from Tony Justice, his CD, a t-shirt, plus you got some goodies from us. So
That's right,
it's
Truck Boss hat.
Yes.
Tons of swag. You'll be decked out for days. You'll have like 3 new outfits. And we also want to remind you guys to join Boss Nation if you haven't already, because that's how we give away our Boss Box things here, our prizes. There you go. That's
Our
a
cool
word.
stuff,
Our cool
our
stuff. I couldn't
swag.
think of prizes. It's a hard word when you're not saying it all the time. But anyway, join Boss Nation because that is where you're going to be able to enter to win these Boss Boxes like this. And of course, don't forget about our
Bosscast, don't forget about our Bosscast, our podcast for all things trucking. It's very insightful and pretty awesome.
That's right. We have a lot of fun doing it, so be sure to tune in, and you can find it literally anywhere that you find your podcast because we like to be accessible. And then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because we can't keep bringing you this awesome content without your guys' support. And why do we do this, Brittany?
Because you're the boss.